You got intimate and now he's chasing you less. Here's what to do. Hello ladies, thanks for tuning in. Before we start, please like and subscribe, and don't forget that you can have 3 chapters of my guide, How to Bag a High Caliber Man in 12 Weeks, by simply by joining my mailing list. And also I want you to know that when you join my mailing list, I'm gonna be able to share some tips that I can't share here on YouTube. So if you really want to know what it feels like to be, treated like a queen, have princess treatment and all of that when dating high status men, make sure to join my mailing list because I'm gonna share a lot of free tips. So all the details are in my description box once again. So today I want to address something that is way too common, and that is the man chasing you less once you guys got intimate. So why this video is important for you? It is important because I'm sure this is something that you have experienced in the past, and you felt used, you felt disappointed, and you really like the guy, and when you get intimate with a guy, it's because you really like him and you want more than casual hookups. So this video is for you. So it's not uncommon to feel confused today when dating, because you, at the same time, right, you are a feminist, you want to enjoy intimacy the way men do. When you get intimate with a guy, it's because you like him and all of that. And society is shifting. It tells you that it's okay to be intimate with a guy. Sex isn't a bad thing, and I agree. Actually, yeah, sex isn't a bad thing at all. We need it for relaxation. Having orgasms is important and all of that. But at the same time, I want you to know that you need to know what you're doing when it comes to intimacy. If you want commitment, you need to know what you are doing. If you don't want commitment, then that's different. And if you aren't looking for commitment, then yeah, forget about what I'm gonna share here. Okay? So for ladies who want commitment and who don't just want, casual hookups, you need to listen till the end because I'm gonna drop some gems. So society is shifting. You have dating apps, and meeting new men all the time is easy. Intimacy now is easier. Getting intimate is easier now because we don't get judged anymore for having casual hookups, and yeah. But I also want you to know that when a woman gets intimate with a guy, and when a guy gets intimate with a woman, our respective bodies don't react the same way. So for a guy, his body starts to release more dopamine. So dopamine for him feels like his entire body is congratulating him for getting intimate with a woman. Whereas for you, it's not that. If you have an orgasm, what's going to happen is that your body will release oxytocin, and oxytocin is the neurotransmitter that makes you bond with someone. So you see, this is the reason why when you have an orgasm and the sex is amazing, you start to get attached to the guy. And when you start to get attached to the guy, you end up acting like a pick-me. This is the reason why you see some women, even after getting intimate with the guy is still chasing and all of that. And the reason for that is that the lady didn't get attached after sex. But it rarely happens, because in most scenarios, when you decide to get intimate with a guy, it's because you really, really like him and you felt like you had a special connection. But you need to know that, oops, that's my alarm, sorry. You need to know that you can feel like there is a special connection, but it doesn't mean that the guy is actually falling for you, because men and women don't fall in love the same way. So you really need to make sure that he falls in love first before getting intimate with him. And how you're gonna know that he's falling for you first? That's super easy. He's gonna ask you to commit. I know getting for commitment, to get intimate goes against the general dating rule, if I can call it like that, because today I feel like most people get intimate first, and then they see if like they're gonna commit. But I personally think and this is what I've seen, through my years of coaching and all of that, is that the confusion and the anxiety that you get when dating is due to getting intimate outside of a commitment. I'm not old school. Well, I'm old school in a good way, but I'm not saying that, I'm not saying, wait for commitment if you want to get intimate, because I'm old school when it comes to intimacy. That's, well, I am, but not in a conservative way, if I can. I don't know if what I'm trying to say makes sense. Like, I'm not religious or anything like that. And in an ideal world, getting intimate whenever you want it would be great, but it doesn't work like that. If you want commitment, you can't just do it whenever you feel like it. So I know that sometimes you decide to get intimate with a guy because he did sweet things for you, and you feel like that's kind of expected, and you feel like this is what you have to give in exchange. But I want you to know that that's not that at all. When a guy does something nice for you, it's because he feels good. And don't worry, if he didn't feel good, he would not be doing it. And don't worry again that if you wait for commitment to be intimate with him, he won't think that you are borrowing from for it. He will value you even more. So I know that you might see your friends, getting intimate with guys that they aren't committed to, and it seems so normal to have casual hookups today, because that's called modern dating. But you need to know that men brains aren't that modern, and they still want a feminine woman. They still want to chase, and they still want to feel special for having intimacy with a girl that they really, really like. So you need to know that a man can have sex without being in love, but there is still a difference for him between having sex with a woman he really, really likes and having sex with a random woman that he doesn't like much. Of course, you are attractive and all of that, so the sex will still be pleasant for him, and most men orgasm even like when the feminine isn't that attractive. But for you, it's different. You need a lot of things actually to orgasm, to feel safe and all of that. And one thing that's gonna make you feel safe is feeling loved. So make sure that if right now you notice that after intimacy, men don't commit, they chase you less, you have anxiety and all of that, you need to develop discipline when it comes to that, and understand that you have been doing it wrong. And obviously it's not just sleeping. It's not just because you wait for commitment that is gonna chase you and do everything right. That's not that at all. And again, if you want that, if you want commitment and all of that, there are a few things that you need to do outside of the bedroom actually, and that's the reason why I really encourage you to join my mailing list. It's completely free. You're gonna get free chapters of my e-guide, so that you know how to do every week until he commits. So this was something that I wanted to mention. Make sure that you play your cards right, and that you are actually seducing him, because if you are falling for him, it means that he's seducing you, he's playing his cards right and all of that. But if he's not the one falling for you first, it means that you aren't doing anything to seduce him. Okay, I know you look good, I know that you have a good heart, you are pretty, you drive a nice car and all of that, but this isn't enough for deep commitment. Okay, I say this with a lot of love and respect, but you really need to step up your game when it comes to dating. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast, if I can call it like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please drop a comment, because when you drop a comment, we start a conversation, we empower other women, and if more women are feminine, the entire consciousness will get better, and you're gonna have access to better men as well, because men adapt themselves. You see, when they see that women have higher standards and all of that, they start to act better, because that men can't live without us women, because we are the gateway to the divine. So leave a comment and let's empower one another. I will see you next time. Bye bye.